the GNU Beast here. It's a pretty beastie board, definitely on the stiffer side of things, meant for, you know, more directional free ride, kind of pow charging, all mountain charging. This board was designed by Cummins. This is one of the other boards that he really helps out designing and tweaking and whatnot. A couple of things to note on this board. It's super light, Aspen core, Great Lakes Aspen is what they're calling the wood. It's set back quite a bit, so that means you're gonna have quite a bit more nose than tail. That's pretty evident just by where the stance setback is. You also have a pretty gradual rise in the nose too, so that really helps float and rise just in general. If you take a look at like just the curve in the tail compared to the nose, and we got a pretty generous amount of float there. In the tail, you know, it's a little bit shorter, a little shorter arc there. And just shorter tail in general. You can just bury that tail, like sink it quite a bit more, just for, you know, partying down some powder and kind of augering in, kind of rocking off that back foot. It has Mervyn'S Mellow Magne-Traction, so this is a less pronounced version of their Magne-Traction. It's really, really subtle, but it does give you a little bit more edge hold if you are going to hit any sort of chunder, whatnot. One thing that really changes the flex of the board too, this is a pretty stiff board in general, but it is milled out quite a bit in the middle here. It's a little bit beefier, the core, right underneath your bindings. You know, that's where a lot of your force is going in the board in general. And then, you know, thins out quite a bit more up towards the tips. The tip on this board, the nose is quite a bit softer, so that's really going to help with the float, give you a little more buoyancy, even though it is like a kind of a hard charging board. That tail is definitely on the stiffer end of things. And one thing that is awesome is it's camber almost throughout. Mervyn's calling it the DC3 camber, and so you can kind of tell it's cambered in the back. You can really auger that in and you can snap off the tail. It does have a little bit of banana in the middle and then kind of goes to a bit more camber and a rise, so it's pretty darn close to camber. It's going to give you that feel of camber, but it's going to let that nose float up, not catch anything on that nose. And this is the GNU Beast, kind of an all-around, all-mountain, hard charging, crud busting, pow blasting snowboard.